Welcome to the Riskwiser Zone, the podcast where we dive into the world of stocks and finance to help you make informed decisions about your investments. I'm your host, Lewis, and I'm excited to share today's stories with you. We're starting off with a look at the real estate market, specifically the residential sector. According to Kunal, an expert in the field, the current trend is indicating a positive outlook for the industry. With demand for housing on the rise, it's likely that we'll see a surge in construction and development projects. This could be good news for investors looking to get into the market, but it's essential to do your research and understand the potential risks involved. On the other hand, we have Hemang Jani, an independent market expert who is bullish on wealth management companies. He believes that these firms are poised for a structural bull run, driven by consolidation and growth in the industry. Companies like 361 or Nuvama could be worth keeping an eye on as they navigate this changing landscape. In other news, the automotive sector is showing signs of life, with some companies like Mahindra and TVS delivering impressive growth despite challenging market conditions. The upcoming monsoon season and potential rate easing cycle could also give a boost to two-wheeler sales. It's essential to remember that investing in the stock market always involves risks, and it's crucial to stay informed and adapt to changing market conditions. We'll be keeping a close eye on these developments and bringing you more analysis and insights in future episodes. We'll be right back with more from the world of stocks and finance on the Riskwiser Zone. Welcome back to the Riskwiser Zone. We're diving into the world of finance and business, where market trends and company performances are always under the microscope. Today, we're looking at two key stories that caught our attention. First off, let's talk about REC Limited, a major player in the Indian power sector. The company has reported a significant increase in its net profit for the quarter ended March 2024, with a growth of over 20% compared to the same period last year. This is largely attributed to the increased demand for power and the company's efforts to improve its operational efficiency. On the other hand, we have Century Plyboards Limited, a leading manufacturer of plywood and laminates in India. The company has reported a mixed bag of results for the quarter ended March 2025, with revenue growth of 13% year-on-year, but a decline in profitability due to higher raw material costs and increased competition. ICICI Securities has maintained its hold call on Century Plyboards with a revised target price of Rs 743. The brokerage firm expects the company's revenue to grow by 10% in FY26, driven by an increase in demand for plywood and laminate. However, it also expects the company's margins to remain under pressure due to higher raw material costs. It's essential to note that these are just a few examples of how companies are performing in the current market environment. As investors, it's crucial to stay informed and keep a close eye on market trends and company performances to make informed decisions. We'll continue to monitor these developments and provide you with updates as more information becomes available. Stay tuned for our final story of the day right here on the Riskwiser Zone. Welcome back to the Riskwiser Zone. We've got one final story to wrap up today's show, and it's a doozy. As you know, global politics can be a wild ride, and today we're looking at the meeting between Germany's new Chancellor, Friedrich Merz, and U.S. President Donald Trump. Now, this meeting has been highly anticipated, as both leaders are known for their strong personalities and differing views on various topics. Merz, who took office last month, is seeking to navigate a complex web of relationships with the U.S., while also addressing pressing issues like trade tariffs and military spending. According to reports, Merz has been coached by other leaders on how to deal with Trump's unpredictable nature, which has led to some tense meetings in the past. However, analysts believe that Merz may find common ground with Trump due to their shared business backgrounds and right-of-center political views. One area of potential agreement is on NATO spending, where Merz has pledged to increase Germany's contribution to 5% of its economic output, a move that has been welcomed by the U.S. Additionally, Merz has shown a willingness to take a more assertive stance on foreign policy, which may resonate with Trump's own views. However, there are also potential flashpoints in the relationship, including disagreements over trade and technology policies. The U.S. has been critical of Germany's proposal for a levy on online platforms like Google and Facebook, which could become a point of contention during the meeting. As we analyze this situation, it's essential to remember that global politics is full of nuances and complexities. While there may be areas of agreement between Merz and Trump, there are also significant differences that need to be navigated carefully. So, what can we take away from this story? Firstly, it's crucial to stay informed about global events and their potential impact on the markets. Secondly, as investors, we need to be aware of the risks and opportunities presented by these developments. And finally, it's essential to maintain a balanced perspective, avoiding biases and emotional decisions. That's all for today's Riskwiser Zone. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, invest with caution.